Let me tell you, your customers, they'll happily pay you 5, 10, even 20 times as much for your course. They will. And the price you can charge, it's got absolutely nothing at all to do with how good your course is. I mean, take Udemy for an example. It's full of really good courses, all being sold for like $10. And how much people will pay you isn't really down to how good your sales copy is either. And it's not down to how slick your email sequences are or how much you spend on ads trying to get people to buy. If you think it is, then you're totally missing the point and you're losing out on a lot of money that should be going in your pocket. You may think that you're copying the experts, but you're not. You're likely missing something. So what is it then? What matters? What makes the difference? What makes people, well, pay more? A lot more? I'm going to tell you. I actually found the answer a few years ago. You see, I couldn't figure out why I struggled to sell lower priced products that were actually pretty good, while others charged a lot more for products, at least in my view, not to put too fine a point on it, were crap. In fact, it was a cap of all things, a cap pretty much like this that made me realise what really matters and how you can charge pretty much what you like if you get this one thing right. And I'll tell you why this cap taught me the most important lesson when it comes to charging more in a minute. But first, I'm Andrew Sweeney, and if you want your course to be a success, hit the like button. Click the subscribe button too. Helps me make more videos like this. Once you understand this one thing and how to use it, you can charge pretty much what you like and people are going to be happy to pay it. So, rewind to 2007 and here's where the cap comes in. It's like early in the morning, something like 7 AM at the DC metro station, and this busker, he starts to play his violin, cap on the ground to collect money. And this guy, he plays his heart out all morning, right in the middle of rush hour. I mean, he's got a huge audience, thousands of people passing him by as he played. And his reward for playing? $32. At the end of playing for like 2 hours, there's 32 lousy bucks in the cap. That's it. And most of that money was thrown in without people even taking a second to glance up and smile. It was given out of pity. But, and here's the thing, this was no ordinary busker, this was Joshua Bell. And Joshua Bell, in case you don't know, he's one of the greatest violinists of all time. He disguised himself as a street busker just to see what would happen. And he played his heart out on a violin worth $3.5 million. And in return, $32. Now his music, in other words, his content is pretty much as good as it gets. This is the same guy who commands thousands for a performance. He packs stadiums all over the world. He's the guy who Hollywood will drop a ton of cash on just to play a theme for a movie. He's actually credited as one of the greatest violinists ever. The point, and this is how it relates back to pricing your course, the price you can charge, it's got nothing to do with how good your content is. Quality alone, it won't allow you to charge more. So, quality of content, how much content you have, how much you spend on marketing, doesn't mean you can charge more. You see, pricing, it's all about positioning. It's about the perception that your audience has. To put this in relatable terms to marketing your course, what I'm saying is thinking that building an amazing course, crafting clever email sequences, writing high converting landing pages. If you think this is what drives a successful course, you're wrong. I mean, it does help, but nowhere near as much, in fact, not even close to what you can do if you focus on building a relationship with your audience. That's what builds the perception, your positioning. So many people who start to build a course make this huge mistake. They focus on building the course and how they're going to market the course, and they wonder why they fail. So before you create a course to sell, focus first on building an audience who are ready to buy. That's why when you're not in selling mode, when you've nothing to sell, this is actually when your audience is listening. This is when they're open to your message. The minute you start selling to people, they get really skeptical really quickly. If you want to build position, create trust and authority, let me tell you, you ain't going to do it on a sales page. If you want to sell more, if you want to charge more, the only way you're going to do it is by adjusting the perception your audience has of you. So here's what you need to think about. The amount of effort that you put into, say, building your course, it should pale into insignificance in the amount of effort you put into just showing up each week and helping your audience. Give value and ask nothing in return. Help them. Help them because you can. Gain their trust, build your authority, and this, let me tell you, it will pay off big time. And I beg you, don't wait until you're ready to sell your course to try to do this, because if you do, you're going to fail. There's no copywriter or marketer that can outsell you if you've built an engaged audience, an audience who knows, likes and trusts you, an audience who wants to hear from you. So if you want to be effective at selling and you want to charge more, stop thinking about just selling and start thinking about building perception. If you do, you won't have to sell. Your customers will ask you if they can buy. Just something for you to think about. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. Well, that's it. Until next time, bye for now.